First of all, welcome you all and thank you for coming to this forum on arts for social transformation. We had planned to begin with a dance workshop, but I'm going to recommend that we conclude with that dance workshop so that there is time for more people to join the workshop and we can create a different kind of environment with more people participating. So I'm going to begin, if I can ask Tim for the first slide. I think that's only a part of the slide. Can I have the whole slide? Okay, well, while we're waiting for that, first of all, let me, on behalf of the International Association for Drama and Theatre Education, I'd like to thank Chain Reaction for this opportunity to include the arts and culture in this very, very important debate about social change at this critical moment in the 21st century. I particularly want to thank Geraldine and Laura, the people who've created this very innovative space for us to be able to interact between different areas of civil society. And I would like to thank the panelists who I'm going to call to the stage now for having flown from Berlin, flown from Brazil, flown from the Philippines, traveled from Liverpool, traveled from different parts of the world to join us today. Can I call Chris Gonzalez from the Philippines, Manuela Souza from Brazil, Nicolo Milanese from Europe, Yemisai Blake from England and the Caribbean, and Ben Todd from Liverpool. Please to take the seats. Please give a warm round of applause to them. Now we have other people here who have come from Africa, from Iceland, from Sri Lanka, from Croatia. And these people have prepared songs to break this division between the stage and the audience, and they will be singing from the audience. And I'm hoping that we have some roving mics that will be able to pass them the microphone so that you can hear their cultures and their identities. But before I ask Chris to begin our forum on arts for social transformation, I'd like to say a couple of things about this area. The first is that we are thinking about the arts as human languages. And in order for us to be able to fully appreciate these human languages, we would not just like to involve dance, but also music and poetry throughout this presentation. We're going to try and avoid, as well, a presentation which is formal, or a standard presentation that you would expect in an academic conference or in a political meeting. So with your agreement, I would like to propose that we hear two speakers, and then we create a space for you to whisper, to dialogue between yourselves about what these two speakers have presented to you. And some of these speakers will use poetry, some of these speakers will use song, but there will be a space for you to develop your first ideas in an intimate dialogue with the person beside you. Then I will call another two speakers, and those speakers will present to you, and then there will be another space for dialogue, and the same will happen with the second or third pair of speakers. And in this way, we're hoping that you're going to develop some new ideas or exchange ideas amongst yourselves, and the same will happen on the stage. And after that, there will be time for us to have a conversation between people inside the auditorium and between and with people on stage. Can I ask, are you happy with that proposal? Are you happy with that space for you to talk and then for there to be a dialogue? Is that okay with everybody? Yeah? Great. In which case, let me now give you an overview, now that we have a kind of method agreed. Let me give you an overview on arts for social transformation. education, music education, visual arts education, and dance education. And these four world organizations make up a world alliance, already involving millions and millions of arts activists, arts educators, and artists, transforming what we understand to be education. And I think you're going to hear from the panelists today that we are not talking about only how do you include the arts in every part of public life, but how do you change education so that the arts are languages of learning, building community, and transformation. I want to show you quickly images from these 5 continents. On your right, you can see young people from China representing through theatre their expectation of the world. A world of global warming where they will burn to death. Beneath them, from Europe, young people representing inside the classroom the theatre of competition and conflict that they learn for more than 15 years inside school. Young people wearing masks showing you that they are learning conflict, learning to lie, learning to be afraid of failure, and are not learning cooperation, how to build sustainable communities, or how to work to develop a different world. Beneath and beside those young people from Europe, young people from Tanzania, representing the future as the struggle for drinking water. That is their expectation of the future. Beside them, on your left in the corner, drama educators, people responsible for developing education, showing that the greatest resistance inside schools to building a new paradigm of education for the 21st century comes from head teachers who are afraid that they will lose their status and their authority in the new educational paradigm. And above them, on your left in the corner, young people in Brazil representing the future that they expect. Suicide, crack cocaine, and indifference towards the violence that permeates their lives. These are young people from throughout the world advocating for a new form of education that values humanity and community learned through our human languages, the arts. And in the very center of that image, a teacher from Taiwan, representing what teachers from the 90 countries that are part of the World Association of Drama and Theatre Education, of which I am president. 90 countries, all of whom are saying teachers are mentally and emotionally unwell, unmotivated. They want to teach but cannot work in a classroom which has become a living hell of impossible expectations. A teacher representing the living hell that she has to enter every single day. So this is a global picture of an educational paradigm, not just in crisis, but unable to transform the future. There is another dimension to this global picture, a world alliance made up of mature proposals ready to build a new paradigm of education.